Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in the series between Yumiko and WFZ. Wow, game 1 was a seesaw battle back and forth for a full 20 minutes, and I really couldn't tell who was going to win up until that last round. Definitely check that game out if you did not. As we now move into game 2, Yumiko having a 1-0 lead in this series, as WFZ now placing down an Altar of Darkness, Ziggurat, and yes, also getting up a Crypt as well. This is Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock, one of the smaller maps, or small feeling maps, that just seems to have gold mines everywhere you look. Yeah, I guess this particular Turtle Rock island is the land of gold, able to set up expansions all across the map. Very good for human players. On top of that, based upon the spawning locations, Yumiko can easily call to arms and try to rush WFZ. Necropolis is coming into play. I don't see a crypt just quite yet, but I do believe it will be placed right there. Am I right? Oh, nope, a graveyard, sorry. A graveyard just right there. There's the crypt already, as an acolyte has made its way over, spots Yumiko's base, and now is walking back. Alright, this acolyte slowly walking back here. Not quite sure how he walks. It looks like he pushes both of his feet forward at the same time. He doesn't actually move with his legs. Maybe he's actually hovering. I don't know, as we do have the Nerubian Tower now coming into play. The militia has scouted out his opponent, realizes what's going on, and goes, you know what? How am I going to play this game? Peasants are off over here. I don't see a lumber mill being sped built at all, as we are going to be going into a bit of militia creeping with a Mountain King. Alright, we could see Mountain King rifle casters here, and we are already going to go ahead and get into this engagement. Giant Sea Turtle taking a bit of damage, Mountain King taking some damage as well. Death Knight may try and come in, and oh, there's the Death Coil. Beautiful steal by WFZ, getting the kill, the experience, and not getting the item though, as it was a long distance kill, but anytime you can deny experience onto a human player as a Death Knight and steal it, you really do come out ahead. 68 mana compared to, or 68 experience compared to the lonesome 40 for that Mountain King, as the Mountain King needs to figure out what to do next. Death Knight now coming in and says, thank you for the corpses. I'm going to create some skeletal minions and now run them on inside. Surprisingly, Yumiko does not have an arcane tower here, and this might be a bit of a problem, as the Mountain King now coming over as well. So far, we can see that the crypt is in play. We are seeing that 17/20, getting up another Ziggurat now, and it looks as though we are not going into that many Crypt Fiends yet. So far, a second set of skeletal minions now coming in as well, and this is going to be a little bit of painful play here, as Yumiko loses another footman. This is not good, as the skeletal minions will be able to run on inside. Are we perhaps going to see some more skeletal warriors? The low hit point skeletal warriors are being rushed away, making sure to not give more experience. There's another set of skeletal minions. As we're taking a look here, the Mountain King needs to come in. He doesn't want to waste his Storm Bolts on skeletal minions at all, but this is putting in a bit of pressure here. All right, let's take a look. Peasant will get taken down. Death Knight going to be perhaps making its way in as well. Are we going to see a Death Coil? Yes, one additional Peasant does get taken down, and this looks like it is hurting a bit, as the what is that? Why did he actually come back around? This one skeletal minion perhaps trying to take down this peasant here. It is going to do a little bit of damage, as that one peasant hides himself inside the gold mine. Death Knight, Mountain King, both sides coming in. As we take a look, Crypt Fiends are now making their way out. Still no towers, as we are looking at another Rod of Necromancy on that Death Knight. Mountain King still a bit behind in terms of experience. If the Death Knight can get to level 2 with that Unholy Aura, that push would just be that much stronger. More skeleton minions making their way over. This militia making its way off to the north, trying to make sure that it is hidden and out of the way of the giant swords of this skeletal warrior. It looks as though he's looking around, doesn't find them, and yes, very nice to try and hide a bit, as the Mountain King taking a bit of damage. All right, who's going to come across there? Death Knight gets the kill again, but the Cloak of Shadow goes to that Mountain King. Mountain King still sitting at level 1. The Death Knight now sitting comfortably at level 2. And with Unholy Aura, will be able to bring a healing party with him wherever he goes. All right, this poor peasant hanging outside the Goblin Merchant shop, hoping that he does not get revealed or does not get scouted out. We can see that the peasants or these skeletal minions are now looking to come in. Is this poor militia going to be able to escape away in time? It looks like it will be able to. Calls to arms, runs laps around the keep, and then now pulls away again. You can see that this arcane vault is going to be taking a bit of damage here. All right, there is one peasant off to the north. Is the skeletal minion going to switch targets? It could switch targets and get the kill. Oh, gonna get the kill here, I believe. Yes, get the kill. Now, yes, he does find his target as the Death Knight, getting even more experience. And now, oh, is this militia going to fall? I don't... Oh, so close as the Arcane Tower does finally come online to destroy it. All right, Death Knight sitting at level 2. We are getting up a Lich. Frost Nova and Death Coil going to be brought to the party. Crypt Fiends could be joining in addition to that Obsidian statue for the heals. That is going to be a very, very painful day as we now see what items are going to be purchased. It looks like another Rod of Necromancy perhaps given to the Lich. And now, are we going to see a Sacrificial Skull? Nope. Oh, yes, we are going to see a Sacrificial Skull. We can see that WFZ is really bringing forth the pressure here. That is going to be a lot of extra healing while fighting on Blight as the Mountain King quickly loses its healing aura, perhaps even causing some other units to lose some healing aura. There's the engagement. We can see the Sacrificial Skull will be brought over here in just a moment. There it is. And now with a Sacrificial Skull here, the aura of healing for all of these undead units is absolutely huge. All right, Crypt Fiend going after this one particular Sorceress. The Sorceress could get taken down here in just a moment. Sorceress not turning around, though. There's a Death Coil. And, oh, killed by his own Mountain King, as we now see a Tower Rush from WFZ. All right, a Tower Rush from WFZ. Even more Ziggurats being, or even more Blight will be brought to the party. This one Acolyte bringing in a whole bunch of healing as the keep is at tier 2. Militia now trying to engage, but with level 1 Frost Armor as the skill of choice, that is going to be really, really difficult. The militia all attacking extremely slowly. Death Coil isn't going to come in time. No, it is not. Mountain King finally gets to level 2, but we still see a lot of engagements here. You can see that Crypt Fiend is in the backfield, healing very, very quickly. And now both sides are still trying to fight here. Crypt Fiend does burrow in time, and now burrowing in Blight, able to regenerate a lot of hit points in addition to the help of the Obsidian statue. Death Knight not getting healed up. The Lich getting healed up. Does have Frost Armor. Now trying to pull away. Death Knight down to 66 mana. Is the Militia? Nope. Militia not going to get the kill. The Mountain King with a Stormbolt does come in. But we now see Nerubian Towers and a Spirit Tower come online. All of these units are not going to be able to engage easily at all. All right, Death Knight still trying to do a little bit of a push here. You can see that this Crypt Fiend is ready to go. Acolyte is repairing this Spirit Tower as it is fortified armor, and this is a bit of a problem. There you go, level 3 on the Death Knight now, trying to focus down the rest of the Sorceress. Sorceress do get taken out pretty quickly. That Mountain King will not survive it, and there is the GG. WFZ takes Game 2 on Turtle Rock, which I normally thought was a human-favored map. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 2. Please stay tuned for Game 3.